In this video and in the following videos, I want to demonstrate how to set up Photoshop, in this video right now, for printing images on your printer at home. So let's start and go over to Photoshop. So here I'm inside Photoshop and I have opened my image. And this image, just as a reminder, is roughly 24 megapixels in size, so roughly 6000 by 4000 pixels. And we know that we don't need that much pixels for our printing on A4 or on a letter size print. So just start with this image as a basic. So I will go to the File menu and here over to the Print dialog. And in the print dialog, I have to choose my printer. I use the Epson SCP-900 and I can decide in color management how the colors should get handled. So color handling, printer manage color or Photoshop manage color. And this is really crucial. So if you have the printer selected, then Photoshop will send over the RGB file to the printer and I have to set up the correct paper profile. In this case, it was an Epson Glossy Premium, something like this. And then the printer will do the color conversion, which works with this printer totally fine. If you want to do the color conversion and everything by yourself, you have to install the color profile for this paper. This is an ICC profile you can install, or it comes with your printer software. And then you have to choose the printer profile here inside Photoshop. So for this, I had to go in here and search for the profile, but as mentioned before, I do it the other way. I say the printer should mention the colors. So I will send the document color profile over to the printer. Then when I go down, you have the position and size. And here you can say fit or scale to fit the media. And for this you have to select the media size. So for this you go to the print settings and here in the print settings you have to choose the correct size. So exactly the size you have loaded into your printer. I click on save and I have changed the size and now I can say fit to the media size. And if you do so, you see the print resolution of this image will be 520 ppi because we have lots of pixels in the beginning and to start with, and these pixels will get resized to this print resolution. If you want to have the correct print resolution from the beginning, then you go out of here. I can press on done and I will create the letter or the size of the paper I have inside or loaded inside my printer. So in my case I have A4. You can go to US papers and load letter size for sure. And I, as mentioned before, have A4 and press on OK. And now I can go into this image, take it, bring it over with the move tool into the A4 size, just say OK. And I want to preserve the colors and numbers, or no, I have the sRGB file in this case. So I will cancel out of this because I want to have the color space match to the color space of my document. So I will just go to Adobe RGB. So my paper over here is now Adobe RGB. And now I can bring in the Adobe RGB file. And now I have another problem. Photoshop says that I have a different depth, bit depth. And when I now convert it, I have a converted file over here because I just have 8-bit per channels. So if I want to go really with the maximum quality, I have to set up this paper in my Adobe RGB because I come from Adobe RGB, and I have to set up the color depth to 16-bit per channel. So now I'm good to go. I bring in my image and right now you see that the image is too big for A4. So I go to Free Transform and just resize the image. Let's resize it like this and press on Enter. And now all the pixels get recalculated and I have the original printing size here in front of me. And because I resampled and resized this image, I now have lost details. And for this loss of details, I can go in and sharpen the image. And for this, I will just go to Filter and here Sharpen. And there I have Smart Sharpen over there. And here inside Smart Sharpen, I remove the lens blur, go to 100%, so Command 1. I'm now at 100% zoom. And there I can go in and with the amount, go in and add some sharpening. With the radius, I can choose how big or how small the radius is and how hard I want to emphasize the radius. Then I can go and just decrease the amount slider a little bit. And now that's good to go. I can go back with Command Option Z and see the before and the after. And now I see with this sharpening all the details really pop, and that's really, really nice. And if I'm now ready with the sizing, with the sharpening and with the color space, now I can go to File, Print. I have loaded the same size paper as I have here. I can go on Fit if I want to, but I don't have to because I have 100%. I have the borders which couldn't be printed again, and now I can just go and press on the print button. But as mentioned before, in my case I said the printer should manage the colors because I set the printer profile in the dialog of the printer to the paper profile. And that's because I use the SCP-900 and I can choose the paper profile. If your printer doesn't have this option, then it's better that you install the paper profiles here inside Photoshop or inside your system. Go to Photoshop, Manages, Colors, and then you have to choose the color profile of the paper you have loaded inside your printer. In my case, I have done this as mentioned before, and the printer will handle the colors. And then I can go and press on Print, and the final print will come out of my printer.